This is the building block. This is the heat. You want to score. You want to score well. You don't want to come out of this heat with the goose egg, which is the 0. This is your building block to get points in the first section, second section, third section, to be on the front row of the Southern Cup Championship tomorrow at 5:30 Central Daylight Time here in Guntersville.
3:25 until the start. 3:25. Dustin Eccles cutting across the race course from the back stretch to the front stretch on the GP course. That is a legal maneuver. Jeff, let's talk a little bit about our start procedure here. It's been basically the same as it's been for our previous 2 classes. It's a clock start. Put your boat on the start finish line when the clock strikes 0. Do not jump that start. You will be penalized and you will not win. But there's an added factor to this whole thing. You cannot drop your boat below 80 miles per hour. So when we get a winner in this heat, the boats have to go through tech inspection, and that's where they pick up that 80-mile-an-hour violation should it happen. So you can't just go up to the top end of the race course and park your boat at 10 miles an hour. You must stay above 80 miles per hour. The drivers have indication in the cockpit. They also have the radio guys in their ears explaining this to them. 2 minutes and 28 seconds to the start. This is what we call the milling period. Got a couple boats at the top end of the race course, one on the backstretch, and Dylan Runny at the bottom end.
Runny at the bottom end, as Brad mentioned, the Turbinator with Jimmy King just past the halfway mark on the back chute. 2 boats up in turn number 2, the Tennessee Orange Bucket List Racing of Dustin Eccles and the Dominant Red Beacon Electric with J. Michael Kelly. We are coming up on 2 minutes. 2 minutes until American Dumpster H1 Unlimited Heat 1A. Brad Luce, the season is about to begin for H1. I like the lineup. Let's get this party started.
Let's get it started. Remember, Dylan Runny, the 3rd boat coming down the front straightaway here, he has to start behind the field and on the outside. You see him moving to the outside. Jeff, these guys are awfully early to get down to the bottom end of the race course here at $1:30, which we are at now. So it's 1:30. This is where the 80 miles per hour comes into play. If you're down there too early and have to slow down, you run the risk of breaking that 80 mile per hour barrier, and that can cost you dearly. But they'll come up the backstretch. It is Dustin Eccles leading the field up there. Got 3 boats behind him. Jeff, bring them up to the top end of the course.
Coming up on the 1 minute period for American Dumpster Unlimited 1A. 3, 2, 1, mark. 1 minute period in session. H1 Unlimited Heat 1A. Our heat sponsor, American Dumpster, leading the field up. Looks like you'll get lane number 1, Dustin Eccles and Bucket List Racing. J. Michael Kelly coming into the 2 lane in the Beacon Electric. Jimmy King in the Turbinator. Griggs Ace Hardware in 3. Dylan Runny to the outside in 4 in Miss Home Street. We are approaching 30 seconds. Brad Luce, let's start this Southern Cup. Bring him to the green flag.
Thank you very much, Jeff. It looks like J. Michael Kelly's going to claim lane number 1. I think Dustin Eccles is going to go in 2. I think the Turbinator's going to go in 3. And then on the far outside and behind, as he is supposed to, is going to be Dylan Runny. But as we saw, the boats were down there too early. And Dustin Eccles is crawling up to the start-finish line here in the 40. We're inside 10 seconds until our start. We are on 5 seconds. We are 4, 3, 2, 1, mark, and we are racing in Heat 1A, presented by American Dumpster. I think we've got the 40 Bucket List Racing definitely across the start-finish line early, but until we get it legal, we will call them as they are on the water. Eccles is going to get out of the corner first, check that. It is J. Michael Kelly on the inside. He's got a lot of boats with him. He's got the Turbinator. You can hear him on the outside. There is Eccles. He pulls up alongside J. Michael Kelly, and now moves out by about a boat length, maybe a boat length and a half. He may have jumped Jeff, but man, he's moving.
Start is under review. Eccles in front. He could be the culprit. Eccles in front. Kelly is there. The Turbinator in 3rd into turn number 2. Exciting dueling to begin the day, but is Eccles legal?
We'll call them as they are on the water until we hear it officially. Kelly with the inside lane position. Look at him right on the buoy row. Now it's Eccles on the outside. Whether he jumped or not, two of the fastest race boats in the world are tied together as they come across start-finish line. Jeff, I think you've got an update.
We got a one-lap penalty on your physical leader, Dustin Eccles, in the Bucket List Racing, the Tennessee Orange, down a lap for a gun jump. So your leader is the dominant red boat in turn number 1, J. Michael Kelly in the Beacon Electric. That moves the Turbinator, the turbocharged Allison up to second. Griggs Ace Hardware, Miss Homestreet in third. Eccles physically in front, but in fourth.
Yeah, he's in fourth place, so your leader is J. Michael Kelly, the red boat up the backstretch. That is the Beacon Electric. And if we have that information, so does J. Michael Kelly. That's why you see him letting the orange boat go. Let him go. That's not who he's racing against. However, in his right side rearview mirror, as Jeff calls him, the Turbinator, the U3, the Griggs Ace Hardware, he is trying to make a move. Coming up on the outside of J. Michael Kelly. Dustin Eccles will come down. He will be our leader on the water, but he is actually running it forward. But Jimmy King is making a move, Jeff.
Brad, with Eccles getting that one-lap penalty, he has come toward the inside, and Kelly's had to go outside his wake. Your official leader. Here comes the turbocharged Allison, charging on the outside. This one is not over. American Dumpster, Unlimited 1A. It's the two dominant red boats. Kelly, your leader. Brad, the Turbinator, is right there.
Yeah, he's right there. The race is for second place, except that is a race for first place. The two red boats. Kelly on the inside, King on the outside. You can't see King driving a 3, the Griggs Ace Hardware, but he's right with him. This one is going to be close. It's going to be a charge to the finish line. Kelly with the lane position, but it is Jimmy King on the outside with an awful lot of boat speed. He's going to pack as much as he can into this corner. Now you see Dustin Eccles go way wide and give our leaders room to come down and race this out. There is Kelly. There is King. I think J. Michael Kelly will be able to hold him off. Dustin Eccles comes across, but on his inside, our winner of Heat 1A on the water, J. Michael Kelly, driving the Beacon Electric. Second place to Jimmy King in the Griggs presents Miss Ace Hardware. Holy smoke. Our third place boat will be the rookie, Dylan Runny, driving to Miss Homestreet. And I can only think, Jeff Ayler, Dustin Eccles is just kicking himself in that cockpit. We said, don't make a mistake, get your points in that first heat. He made a mistake.
We talked about it yesterday. We talked about it this morning. The first heat of the weekend, that's your building block, your top qualifier, the first error of racing activity this weekend. Dustin Eccles running that extra lap, and he does have to finish to get those 169 points. Great run by J. Michael Kelly, but Brad, the Turbinator, Griggs presents Miss Ace Hardware, the World War II Allison aircraft engine, looked great with that turbocharger running in second.
That's fun. Gas them up. Let's do it again. That was an awful lot of fun. Here comes Dustin Eccles. He's disappointed, but he comes across still very important. He comes across, he finishes, he will pick up his 169 points. They all build, as you said, with the building blocks toward making it into the final. The two boats who make out like a bandit because of Dustin Eccles' air, the U3, the Griggs presents Miss Ace Hardware with Jimmy King. They pick up second place points. That's 300. And how about Dylan Runny? Has to start behind the field, so he's handicapped to begin with, but because of the matters out front, he picks up a third place and 225 points. We are inside 5 minutes now. We've got 3 boats set to answer the call here, and we've got 1, 2, 3 Rooster Tails headed our way. The fans might be thinking, Jeff, wait a minute, there's 8 boats in the pit area. We ran 4 in the first one. Where's our 4th boat in this one? Brent Hall in the 440 has not yet qualified as a driver, so he is not eligible yet to come out and run with these guys. But we've got 3 on the water. It's going to be the U11, the Legend Yacht Transport. Legend Yacht Transport driven by Jamie Nielsen. He will come across the start-finish line, boat running very, very good this weekend. He's going to be joined on the race course by the U9, Beacon Plumbing with Corey Peabody. Here comes Corey. That white boat, Corey Peabody, he's going to be quick in this one. But don't ever count out Andrew Tate. Jeff, before you make a comment, want to just remind our fans, please stay out of the water when our H1 hydroplanes and all hydroplanes are on the water and racing. So we need you out of the water right now. Parents, help us out just a little bit there if your kids are in there enjoying some cool water. Jeff, 3 minutes and 50 seconds to the start. We got a 3-boat heat, but it should be a good one.
I'm sure these drivers watched the warm-up period back in American Dumpster Unlimited Heat 1A. Dustin Eccles, our top qualifier, was a gun jumper, received a one-lap penalty, fourth place finish. Brad, these three drivers right now with the three-boat heat, you definitely don't want to jump the gun, but you want to
boat speed. The others are up there a little bit early. Nielsen was behind the field, but he's got a lot of boat speed on the outside. Inside 5 seconds, we're 4. Set the lanes, get them through that upper corner for me, please.
Coming up on the 30-second mark, Andrew Tate will be in lane American Dumpster 1B.
Well, right now where Andrew Tate sets, you know I have this unofficial timing mark that, you don't really want to be at the start-finish line in 2 minutes. Well, it's a minute 55 right now, and Andrew is right here at the line. He's actually not there yet. He's going to get there about a minute 48. So it'll be interesting to see how this plays out. You mentioned Jamie Nielsen and Corey Peabody were playing kind of a game up the backstretch. Well, Corey said he'd had enough of that game. He gave it a little squirt. He moved away from Jamie Nielsen. 130 until the start, Jeff Ayler.
With that maneuver now, Nielsen is toward the back of the pack, and all three H1 Unlimited hydroplanes will have to go through turn number 1, get their lane assigned on the back straightaway. In the race before the race, we now are 1 minute and 15 seconds until the start. Tate is the first one off the corner. Will he have the best shot at lane number 1? Peabody's tracking him. Brad, still lots to decide. We're coming up on 1 minute. 3, 2, 1, mark. 1 minute period has begun for American Dumpster Unlimited 1B.
And right now it is Andrew Tate in the 91, the Goodman Real Estate. He is sitting on lane number 1. It is Corey Peabody in the Beacon Plumbing, the white U9. That's the second boat going up the backstretch. He is in lane number 2. Jamie Nielsen will be on the outside in the Legend Yacht Transport. Inside 40 seconds to the start. Jeff Ayler, set the lanes. Get him through that upper corner for me, please.
Coming up on the 30-second mark, Andrew Tate will be in lane number 1. Goodman Real Estate, gold and white craft. White boat with the blue lettering. Beacon Plumbing with Corey Peabody. In back of the pack is Nielsen. Now is Nielsen sneaking into 1? Brad, bring him into the line for American Dumpster 1B.
Yeah, let's keep an eye on Nielsen. No, he's going to go to the outside, but he may be the one boat with a lot of boat speed. The others are up there a little bit early. Nielsen was behind the field, but he's got a lot of boat speed on the outside. Inside 5 seconds for 4, 3, 2, 1. Mark, and boy, I like that start. It looked good from here, but Jamie Nielsen nailed it in the U11 Legend Yacht Transport, but all three of them were tied together as they go down to the lower corner. On the inside is Andrew Tate with the lead, the U91 Goodman Real Estate, but it looks like one boat down there, but it is 3, and there's Corey. Corey on the outside by a boat length. Tate and Corey Peabody, Jeff, they are really duking it out.
The start was good. Now Peabody extends his lead by a boat length and a half, but Tate has the advantage to the inside. Shorter way around. Peabody gets there first. Here comes Tate, and they are now side by side at the apex of turn 2.
Coming off the top end of the race course. Remember, fans, we go 3 times around. Watch the corner for Andrew Tate, right on the buoy roll of beauty. But Corey gave him enough room and was able to keep the speed up. This boat's been fast yesterday and today. That boat being the U9. Beacon Plumbing with Corey Peabody, your defending Lake Guntersville champion, running like a rocket. Got a lot of speed off to his left and a lot of good driving skill in there too with Andrew Tate. Andrew's not going to give up on this yet. Look at that lane position, pulled him up to about 3 boat lengths. This is a good one. We are just about halfway through this heat. Corey Peabody's opened up about a 4 boat length lead, but I'll tell you what, in that left side rear view mirror, Jeff Ayler, Andrew Tate does not want to go away.
Right now, Peabody extending the lead in American Dumpster Unlimited 1B here at the Guntersville Lake Hydro Fest, making a 10 boat length advantage. Peabody in front, leaving Tate a lane in there in lane number 1. Nielsen remains in third in Legend Yacht Transport, but Brad, Tate's got it down now to 8 boat lengths. Corey tightened it up on the pins on the outside.
Yes, Corey really did tighten it up there. He's going to make it as difficult as he can legally on Andrew Tate. And now they come down to pick up the white flag with 1 to go here in our Heat 1B presented by American Dumpster. It is Corey Peabody and Andrew Tate slamming into the lower end of the race course. Tate gobbles it back up again, back by about 6, maybe 7 boat lengths. This is the checkered flag lap. Off the exit pin of the corner. Corey Peabody running a beautiful race in that Beacon Plumbing. He's opened up almost a full rooster tail, but Tate's still knocking on the door, Jeff.
The key for Peabody right now. Comfortable lead. Don't make a mistake in turn number 2. Run his craft clean away from the pins. We go above in turn number 2 with our drone. Peabody driving clean. Tate running out of time. Brad, bring up to the checkered flag an American Dumpster 1B.
It is on the outside. Corey Peabody driving the U9, the Beacon Plumbing for Daryl and Vanessa Strong. Checkered flag flies. Corey Peabody picking up a heat victory in our Heat 1B presented by American Dumpster. It is Andrew Tate coming home in second place driving the Goodman Real Estate, and a very strong and good run for the U11 Legend Yacht Transport. Jeff Ayler, the last time we saw Corey Peabody in that U9, it was in the final heat in Madison, Indiana. That's the first heat they've run since. He's out front with 4 points. He jumped his start in the first heat, and although he was the first boat across the finish line, he was relegated to 4th place with the 1-lap penalty. So here comes Tate down across start finish line inside of 2 minutes. Tate's in 1, Kelly's in 2, Peabody in 3, Eccles is going to come down behind everybody.
Right now, Brad, by the alignment, I like where Eccles is, but the problem where he is, he's on the outside.
Yeah, I'm a little worried about Andrew. You know my unofficial timing marks. I always say, yeah, you don't want to be down there at that entrance pin in the lower corner at 1:30. It's 1:30 right now.
Yeah, I think Andrew Tate, no doubt early. It looks like he will cruise around the course. You have to be above 80 miles per hour in the warm-up period prior to the start. So Andrew Tate in turn number 1, leisurely working the buoy row in the Goodman Real Estate. He is followed by J. Michael Kelly in the Beacon Plumbing. Then Corey Peabody back behind Kelly in the Beacon Plumbing. Now here comes Dustin Eccles up on the outside in the Tennessee Orange Bucket List Racing. We are now coming up on 55 seconds until the start. Brad, by my view, I think Tate's early. Eccles could be the best of all, but he is on the outside.
He is on the outside. He's just on the outside of Corey Peabody. 45 seconds until the start. The white flag is up. We're going to go 3 times around. There's 400 points laying on the table. You need to earn points, 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 as we like to say in these preliminary heats, to find your way into the final. Tate's going to take him up to the top end of the race course with 30 seconds until the start. Followed in lane number 2 by J. Michael Kelly in the Beacon Electric. Then it is his teammate Corey Peabody. He's in lane 3. Eccles is going to be on the outside. You see Dustin starting to wind it up on the outside. You said 12 seconds off the exit pin. Let's take a look. We are 12 seconds right now. It's going to be getting pretty close to time to put the foot down. You see Tate can't get into it yet. The others can, but now Andrew does. We are 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1. Mark, boy, from my view, it looks like it's a legal start, but we'll get it from the official. Andrew Tate on the inside was the first one across the line. He broke the clock looking down to turn number 1 curve, and he's got the lead as he goes through the lower corner. Andrew Tate, but boy, has he got company. He's got Kelly, he's got Peabody, and he's got Eccles. Put off the corner, it is Andrew Tate. And then look on the outside. It's a legal start. It's a legal start, Jeff. Look at Corey Peabody on the outside, too.
Tate made a dynamite start in lane number 1, leads it in turn number 2. Corey Peabody is hauling the mail in second in Beacon Plumbing. Back in third, we got side-by-side action between Kelly and Eccles, but off the corner, it'll be Tate in front, but Peabody charging hard in second.
Tight off the buoy row is Andrew Tate. He'll come down and put one in the books, but his right side rear view mirror is full of Corey Peabody. Peabody's closed the distance. He's back by about 3 boat lengths as they finish lap number 1 and go down to the lower end of the race course. It's lap number 2 of 3. Tate on the inside with the lead, but he's got Corey right with him. Peabody back about 3 boat lengths. They're going to come off the corner very close, Jeff. Peabody's making a charge.
Excellent dueling here in Guntersville Waterboard Unlimited. Heat 2A, we see Tate, Peabody hitting in the rooster tail on the back straightaway. Your races for first in 2A. Tate maintains that lead. They enter turn number 2. Peabody is there. Tate is there. Now they are side by side in turn number 2 at the apex.
You know I love to say this, Jeff, but this is as good as it gets at H1 Unlimited Racing. You've hooked up 2 boats side by side. There's Tate. There's Peabody. They're going to come down to pick up a white flag with 1 to go, and they're virtually going to be dead even. Corey Peabody laying right here at the finish line. Has Peabody got enough? Has Tate got acceleration? They're going to come down and pick up the checkers, and it's going to be Corey Peabody in the Beacon Plumbing. He will come home first. Andrew Tate, Goodman Real Estate, will come home in second place. Bucket List Racing with Dustin Eccles in third, and J. Michael Kelly will come home in fourth place. Now that's a good way to start the day, Mr. Ayler.
Brad Luce, great dueling here in Guntersville Waterboard Unlimited Heat 2A. While you were calling the boats in turn number 1, the drone shot up above entering turn number 1 on lap number 1. There was enough lanes there, but J. Michael Kelly was back at the start, and when he went into turn number 1 and lane number 2, he was getting in a little bit of the wash of the Goodman Real Estate to his inside, but Andrew had enough boat lengths. That's some of the reasons, I think, why J. Michael Kelly fell.
Just from it now, he's going to go all the way up. But Nielsen, I think you've got to like where Jamie Nielsen is sitting right now at 145. He is coming down the front straightaway. Again, the other piece to that start procedure that gets picked up in tech inspection is the 80-mile-per-hour rule. They have to maintain a minimum speed of 80 miles per hour. So at 130, I like a lot where Jamie Nielsen sits right now. I think he can park that thing in lane 1. Here comes King. He's going to come rolling down, and he's probably going to slot himself into lane number 2. And as you said, the rookie, Runny, got to be on the outside. 115, Jeff.
Nielsen in turn number 1. King is powering up into the entrance pin of turn number 1. We mentioned Runny will be back into the outside. We are 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 mark. 1 minute period has begun for Guntersville Waterboard. H1 Unlimited 2B. Nielsen up there in front on the back chute in the warm-up period, followed by King and Dylan Runny. Brad Luce, 45 seconds until the start. I think it'll be Nielsen in 1, King in 2, Runny and back on the outside. Bring him to the green flag.
That's what it's going to be, and it looks like Jamie Nielsen is way out front. He is. Is he early? Maybe a little bit, but I don't think so. I think he's in pretty good shape, but watch the red boat and watch the blue boat behind. I think they're both going to bring a lot of speed, but remember, the blue one's got to start behind it. Here comes King. You can hear the piston power start to roll.
The driver I mentioned this morning, unnamed, it was King. He was there at 22. He might be right on it.
This could be good. Jeff said he's got some inside scoop on Jimmy King in the piston boat. He's going to bring a lot of speed on the outside. We're inside 10, we're inside 5, we're 3, 2, 1, mark. And it certainly appears to be a clean start. It is legal. And the boats were actually late behind the line, but there was a lot of speed in the piston boat. Jimmy King, but he's a couple of ticks behind Jamie Nielsen. Nielsen's going to get down to the lower hook on the outside. There's a lot of red out there and a lot of rumbling going on with the piston boat. This is going to be good, Jeff. But off the corner, it is Jamie Nielsen. Legend got transport by about 4 boat lengths.
Nielsen, your leader, has the advantage with lane number 1, but I think the horsepower advantage belongs to the Terminator. Nielsen's lead is down to 5 boat lengths. They enter turn number 2, and King has got it down to 2 boat lengths. Nielsen, your leader. King has cut it down to 3 boat lengths at the apex of turn 2.
Top end of the race course. We'll wait to see Jimmy King. Where is he? There he is. He pokes his nose out. He stamped right on the hip of Nielsen, and he kept the RPM up. Going to come down and put one in the book. Side by side racing here. One in the books, and it's Nielsen by half a boat length. Literally half a boat length at the completion of lap number 1. Running comes across in third. Was King able to gobble him up? He was, but now he's going to give it back because of the lane position. Looks like one boat down there. There are 2. Jamie Nielsen approaches the exit pit, and there's King on the outside. I think you said it right, Jeff. King's got that horsepower, and he's got it wound up.
Super sweet action in Guntersville Waterboard Unlimited 2B. King showing the horsepower of the turbocharged Allison, but he is on the outside of Nielsen. Nielsen maintains that advantage. Closer to the buoys, the Terminator in front, making 3 boat lengths. Nielsen cantering back as they work through turn number 2. Nielsen tighten it up. King's lead down to a boat length.
Coming off the top end of the race course, they're going to come down and pick up the white flag. It means 1 more to go. Jimmy King driving the Griggs Ace Hardware and driving the daylights out of the piston boat. The fans are eating it up, Jeff. Down to the lower end of the race course, King's got about 4 boat lengths, and Dylan Runny comes across in third.
extends the lead, make it 7 boat lengths. Final lap in Guntersville Waterboard, Unlimited 2B, the Turbinator looking for 400 big points in this heat. And now Nielsen dropping back. King's lead getting bigger. Final turn, final lap. Can the Turbinator hang on?
Drives him definitely clean off the top end, giving Nielsen plenty of room. Jimmy King, Griggs Ace Hardware, Charlie Grigg, you're gonna pick up 400 big points there. Piston Power claims Heat 2B, presented by the Guntersville Waterboard. The fans like that one. Here comes the home street, and Dylan Ruddy, he will come home in third. Jeff Ayler, we wondered who would get lane one. Jamie Nielsen did an outstanding job of picking up that inside lane, but at the end of the day, he just couldn't hold off that Turbinator. Once he got that thing wound up and the RPMs up high, he could stay wide. It's this big wide race course. He could mark 2 minutes. 2 minutes to the start. Well, I think I can see how this one's going to lay out, Jeff Ayler. I don't think there's going to be a lot of mystery here. I think we're still going to have Dylan running to the far outside as he is at the top end of the race course behind our other two boats. But this time he doesn't have to trail the field.
Exactly, Brad. Running can come up. Now, you do have to have your lane established, correct, prior to the entrance pin at turn number 2.
That's where, whatever lane, that's a very good call. At the entrance pin to the upper corner, that is the lane you must start in. Whatever lane you're in when you get there, that's where you have to start.
So we still could have the leapfrog activity, but I don't think we're going to see that here. Water conditions have laid down, lumpy, a little soupy, but it's manageable. So Andrew Tate right now, Brad, looks like he'll position himself in lane 1. In Goodman Real Estate, we are 3, 2, 1. Mark. 1 minute period has begun for Allen Land Surveying, H1 Unlimited 3A. J. Michael Kelly will slide into 2 lane in the dominant red U8 Beacon Plumbing. Dylan Runny will go to the outside in the Home Street blue and white Miss Home Street. We're coming up on the 42nd mark. Brad Luce, take him up to turn number 2. Bring him to the green flag for Allen Land Surveying, Heat 3A.
Home Street, Goodman Real Estate, Beacon Electric, top end of the race course, inside 30 seconds. Tate in 1, Kelly in 2, Dylan Runny on the outside. Goodman Real Estate's in 1, Beacon Electric in 2. On the outside with boat speed is Dylan Runny. You said it's about a 12-second run off the top of the corner. Boy, they're going to be tight. Kelly's got room in there. They come off the corner at about 10 seconds. Here comes the run. We are inside 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Mark, boy, by my watch, Jeff, they were all a tad early, but we'll call them the way they are on the water. I don't think there's much question that running was a run. The start is under review, so we'll call them as they are, and the way they are right now is Andrew Tate in the U91, the Goodman Real Estate. He comes off the exit pit with the lead. You can't see the other 2 boats, but you can sure see those rooster tails on the outside. Somewhere out there is J. Michael Kelly in the Beacon Electric. Somewhere on the outside is the U1. Dylan Runny in the Miss Home Street. But it's about a 4-boat length lead for Andrew Tate to Goodman Real Estate, Jeff.
All 3 jumped the gun according to H1 Unlimited. Andrew Tate, your leader. Make it a 3-boat length advantage over the Beacon Electric. Dylan Runny falling back in 3rd in Home Street. Brad off the corner. There's Tate. There's Kelly.
Holy cow. Andrew Tate on the inside. He's got Kelly driving right in his right side rear view mirror. Because the fact everybody jumped the gun, this has become a 4-boat heat. They just put 1 in the book. There is still 3 more laps to go. It's a 4-lap heat because everybody jumped. Down in the lower end, it is Andrew Tate still trying to hold out J. Michael Kelly. Dylan Runny is falling back a little bit in the Home Street. This is going to come down to a Tate-Kelly showdown. They are a lap and a half in as they're up the backstretch. Kelly's still knocking on the door, Jeff.
So some drama here in Allen Land Surveying, Unlimited 3A with all 3 boats jumping the gun. All 3 will have to run 1 extra lap, as Brad Luce said. Into turn number 2, Andrew Tate, your leader. Make it a 7-boat length advantage over J. Michael Kelly in the Beacon Electric. Dylan Runny, though, looks like he's trying to go to the buoy row in 3rd in the Home Street. Brad off the turn, it's Tate. Now he extends it, make it 8 boat lengths.
Yeah, he actually gained on lap number 2, and they're going to come down and
right now at the halfway mark with the gun jumps of all three boats in Allen Land Surveying. Unlimited 3A, Andrew Tate maintains that 8-boat length advantage. The top two entering turn number 2. Tate gets there first, driving clean on the inside, but boy, Kelly trying everything he can to close the deficit. They work around the turn. There is Tate. Where is Kelly? There he is.
Boy, it looks just like it did the last time. They're going to come down and put another one in the book. Tate still got him 7, 8 boat lengths on Kelly, but Kelly's not going away. What is getting my attention right now, Jeff Ayler, is the boat ride out of the U91, the Goodman Real Estate. He hasn't had boat ride like that all weekend long, and he's got the power. Now he's got the boat ride to use it. Kelly hit some rough water down there. You saw the boat bounce, and now Andrew Tate has opened up almost a full rooster tail on J. Michael Kelly.
1/2 lap left in Allen Land Surveying. Unlimited Heat 3A. Now the deficit for Andrew Tate getting more comfortable, but still work to do. Tate, your leader. Kelly still chases in second, but right now we're at the point Kelly might pull. Let Tate go get those 400. Dylan Runny remains in third and Miss Home Street. Final turn, final lap. Andrew Tate, Goodman Real Estate in front.
Off the top end of the race course, if he can just finish this last piece of straightaway, and he's going to be able to do it, Andrew Tate, U91, Goodman Real Estate is going to pick up 400 points on the water. J. Michael Kelly gave it a valiant effort, but could not run down the 91 Goodman Real Estate. Here comes Dylan Runny. Third place finish for our defending national high points champion, the U1, the Miss Home Street. Oh my goodness, there was boat riding at 91 like we haven't seen, at least I haven't seen so far this weekend. He did not have a boat ride like that in the Tri-Cities at the test session. This water was rougher. He was solid as a rock. And we always say it, Jeff, you can have all the power in the world, but if you don't have boat ride and can't use it, you just have all the power in the world. Very tight, because until they crossed the start-finish line, Jamie Nielsen did not have the right-of-way on that inside lane.
Brad, we've mentioned the past 2 seasons, Jamie Nielsen has a knack of gaining lane number 1 in H1 Unlimited. Boy, that was expert tactician driving right there. He will be in lane number 1. We're coming up on the 1-minute period. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Mark. That is the 1-minute period for Allen Land Surveying. H1 Unlimited Heat 3B by my eye. Jamie Nielsen, lane number 1. Corey Peabody, lane number 2. Dustin Eccles, our top qualifier in lane number 3, would love a win, would take a second. Brad Luce, 40 seconds away. Bring him down to the green flag for Allen Land Surveying 3B.
Watching one of the drone shots and coming up the backstretch there, sometimes these boats get spread apart quite a ways. They were not. There was only about 10 feet wide between those boats as they went up the backstretch. They've opened it up a little bit now. Inside 25 seconds, now 20 until the start. It's only about 12 off that corner. They might be a little bit early. Coming up on 12 seconds right now, and they are to the exit pin. This should be good. Nielsen in 1, Peabody in 2, on the outside it's Eccles. We're inside 5 seconds. We are 3, 2, 1, mark. And there goes Corey Peabody. He gets the jump on the field. He broke the clock from lane number 2. Broke the clock, beating the first one across the line. The start is legal. And on the inside, now on the outside, there you see Corey Peabody. Nielsen is there on the inside, back a couple of boat breaks. And somewhere on the outside, you can see the rooster tail out there. Our top qualifier, Dustin Eccles. But they're running 3 wide down the backstretch. And once again, Corey Peabody is off to the races, Jeff.
Peabody in front, flying up the back straightaway. Dustin Eccles is hitting in the rooster tail. Now we go to the drone shot. Peabody in 2. Now Nielsen will tighten it up on the inside. He will go to second. Eccles in third. Peabody in front. Deck to deck dueling for second.
Watch out for Dustin. Where is he? There he is. He slides to the outside. Corey Peabody. We're going to go 3 times around. The start was legal. Peabody. He's got 1 up and 1 down with 2 to go. Then it's Nielsen on the inside. Dustin Eccles. He needs those second place points, Jeff, but he's having to ride a big race course right now because he's on the outside of Corey Peabody. Look at Nielsen stay with Corey on the inside. Legend Yacht Transport not going away from that left side here on Corey Peabody.
second place battle between Jamie Nielsen and Dustin Eccles. Nielsen obviously with the advantage, running the shorter way around on the buoy row. Eccles needs to try to pass Nielsen, get those 300 points. Peabody in front, Brad, it's side by side dueling for second.
Coming down to put two in the books with one to go. Corey Peabody getting a great boat line, but it is Jamie Nielsen driving the daylights out of that Legend Yacht Transport. He is hanging on to second place. He knows how big this is for Dustin. Dustin knows he's got to get those second place points. He wants to be on the front row of the final. But Jeff, he is driving that big race course, having to be on the outside of Corey Peabody's wash. Peabody's gone, got a rooster tail and a half. And now look at Nielsen in the Legend Yacht Transport, got almost a rooster tail on Eccles.
Peabody in front, Nielsen now comfortably in second. Eccles tried to get as close to Peabody's rooster tail to cover less real estate, got a little wet, then had to swing outside. 1, 2, 3 in 3B, Peabody, Nielsen, Eccles. Brad, bring him to the checkered flag.
Top end of the race course, Corey Peabody. Nobody has solved this puzzle yet this weekend. Checkered flag flies. Corey Peabody. Beacon Plumbing U9 will pick up the win on the water for 400 points. Jamie Nielsen with a great run in Legend Yacht Transport, and it's Dustin Eccles with a solid third place finish. Oh boy, and now the point totals are going to be fruit salad. It's looking good, Jeff. The boat is running like a rocket. One more, he says. And when he says that, we know what he's talking about. He's talking about that final heat. 6 minutes. And I think the first boat that's going to come out, well, I thought I knew what it was going to be. I thought maybe it was going to be Corey Peabody, but I think the first boat away is bright red, and I believe it is J. Michael Kelly, but he's got company coming with him. Bucket list is coming. The home street.
When we first started, we were in a 2,500 square foot warehouse, essentially, which is in the same building a few doors.
Jimmy Shane's first lap of 159 miles an hour. I believe that's going to be another course record in a heat qualifier. If I'm
the U91 Goodman real estate boat as well is those timing on those starts, and I think both actually were disqualified from some heats yesterday for falling under 80 miles per hour in these earlier rounds in this race before the race.
Exactly.
Well, I can tell you right now, those two guys coming down the front straightaway are in a pretty good spot.
Yeah, they went way out wide at the exit pin of White's Finished Furniture.
You are looking at a spectacular view of Lake Washington on an absolutely perfect Sunday morning. Chopper 7 bringing you the pictures from the shore to the log boom. We expect every square inch to be packed with sun-worshipping air show and hydroplane fans by day's end. And this is... And Mike, it'd be nice to see Dr. Ken get a win.
It would indeed be nice to see him do that. He broke a gearbox over in Tri-Cities, which interrupted perhaps his best racing day in recent years. The boat, I think, is prepared well. Of course, he has a boat that is seasoned. It has had many, many, many races under its sponsons. He's got a good program, solid equipment. He won the Gold Cup as the backup driver for Mike Weber, who was injured earlier this year. He's in a fill-in position now, and he'd love to win here on Lake Washington.
And Greg England, he likes to joke around a lot, does Nate Brown, but I bet he's serious right now.
He is pretty serious, because keep in mind, guys, he has the most experience of all the drivers in this heat. In fact, he's with some guys that don't have that much experience, so that's something to keep in mind. But Nate adjusting to his new team, just his second race with this crew, so he's adjusting to them, but still very confident.
And the final boat in this race, the Toyota of Kirkland, Greg Hopp at the controls.
Greg Hopp is someone that substituted for me back in '99. It looked like he was going to be a star, but he's really kind of fallen on hard times. He needs to turn his career around, and here would be a great place to start.
Well, let's see as they're scoring up now here on the lake. We'll talk about, since this is the first heat, how these drivers end up in their lanes. Mike, tell us.
Well, they're already up a little bit too early, but they're going to fight for their lanes, and they haven't done a whole lot of fighting, to be perfectly honest with you.
Visit Vanguard.com/fixed income today.
This side is Muscatel on the inside, making the run down to start finish. But look at all the Rooster Tails off to his right at 3, 2, 1. Mark. Hard to say what the boats on the outside were doing. It looked like Muscatel made a great start. Now watch as they come through the turn. It was a good start. We are racing. Everybody legal into the first turn. 5 boats, 1 Rooster Tail. Muscatel on the inside doing a great job so far as staying with the hot boats that are off to his right. Turning toward us now. Kenny doing a great job on the inside. We see Vilwalk. He's out about 4 boats with a red boat in between him and the boat in lane 2. Watch the white boat on the outside. Can he get the overlap?
Yep.